say what you will about National Socialism, at least it's an ethos.
Yeah.
Say what you want about Dragon Hitler. At least she had. Hi, everyone. We're back. My name is Allison. I'm with Brian, and I have a special guest, Dr. Randamercam, who will be a voice emanating from the void.
Ignore me entirely. I realize it's paradoxical to say ignore me, because if you did what I told you, then you wouldn't be ignoring me.
You like the Galactic Grand Inquisitor, you know? You remember that? From Venture Brothers? Ignore me!
Ignore me!
I did, in fact, watch the entire first season of House of the Dragon. Good grief. It actually made me nostalgic for the final two seasons of Game of Thrones and the rise of Dragon Hitler. Because at least she had a plan. You know, she was proactive. If you guys don't know what House of the Dragon is about, it's basically a power struggle between Alicent, who is the queen. She marries the king after his first wife dies, and the daughter of the king from the first wife, who he named the heir to the kingdom, even though there's never been apparently a female heir. I'll just call her Ratella. She has absolutely no interest, nobody's interests at heart, none whatsoever, just her own genital urges and desire for violence. She had no apparent plan for the country, but she literally expresses a hatred towards the commoners because they are skeptical of her. So she's cucked her husband's family. She's basically cucked her father. She's cucked her fucking country. And I'm watching this hot mess moving closer and closer to the throne. And I'm like, am I supposed to be rooting for her? So initially, I was more for the other one, which I suppose Alicent's supposed to be the foil to Ratella, because Alicent takes the traditional path to the throne, which is giving birth to the next king. Except Alicent's a psycho too. She just has a little bit more buttoned up. Ratinella's son blinds Alicent's son, and Alicent attempts to mutilate Ratinella's son in retribution for it. And I'm watching this process, this woman attempting to stab a child in the eye. And I'm thinking,
everybody's just different shades of shit.
Our heroine, everyone, basically watching two object lessons in why women should not have the vote. Yeah. No, but seriously.
Accidentally based.
Where they weren't engaging in compulsive behavior about their immediate interest, they were presented as puppets of men. So apparently women in charge aren't even in charge. It's actually the patriarchy working through them, unless they're making some absolutely infantile tantrum about getting what they want in the moment. Did these individuals sit around a table and say, okay, what our goal here, our goal with this piece of media, this is our goal. It is to show everyone why women should not have power.
As you describe it, it sounds like they're not being set up as universally hated characters who everyone's going to cheer for when they die. So I suppose the only sort of feasible silver lining to any of this is how future generations will look upon this genre. And it is kind of a whole new genre of
titties just for the sake of it.
Horror. I guess it's meta horror, because there's such a spooky disconnect between the ethics of whoever wrote it and the ethics of any audience beyond that ideological echo chamber. The future generations might look back on this, much like they'll look back on what the hell happened to Star Wars and the MCU and fucking Doctor Who and Mad Max and the Matrix and just about everything that happened in Hollywood in the early 21st century. And they might actually be entertained in their horrified apprehension of this extended multiverse of worthless, indefensibly amoral female characters.
What we need to do is we need to have finishing schools for girls where they learn to juggle cobras.
At least it's an ethos.
I thought I'd do a really quick update for everybody who helped me with my editing project for my novel, The Captive Eye. Just wanted to say that I have completed the developmental edit portion, and I am beginning bunch of very extensive revisions. However, I have also completed the first draft of my first chapter. It's not the first draft, it's like the umpteenth draft, but it's a draft that I'm finally satisfied with. And I'm going to be doing some polishing work with the editor, and hopefully I'll be able to present some of that to you all in the upcoming months by the end of summer. So stay tuned, and thank you for your kind attention.